Good morning. We are working on pastoral counseling, and we did touch for last 2 weeks about what the pastoral counseling is, and some you know stuff related with the pastoral counseling for 2 weeks. And today we want to work on some the assessment in counseling with adults and other things. Assessment in counseling with others means, I think we did touch with on the children, counseling for the children a little bit, and today is for the adults. The first one is basic anxiety and neurosis. Neurosis means disorder in how one thinks about oneself and one's life. I think this is the most important part because we value ourselves. I value ourselves. I just just think how much I'm worthy, efficient, productive, smart. It's something like that. And I just, evaluate myself, my relationship with others, my performance on my work. And those things forms, that's the total. It's hard to make it total, but the whole values and evaluations myself is what I see about myself. I believe in a certain point you just talk to yourself. Usually when you see the mirror, in your restaurant or in the living room or in a porch or the entrance, as soon as you see yourself, you think that you are a good person. Lots of people are thinking that they are good people, especially in the United States, because that's the culture, that's the way how they were raised. In America, all parents are just encouraging kids and just, good job, nice, wonderful, great, you're doing great. They are not great actually, but for their parents, they are great. Even though their parents are thinking that their kids' performance are not great, but they just say great. That's what it is. A professor in a university in Ivy League, he just called some students Caucasians and Asians, and most Caucasians are thinking that they are doing good. They think they are smart. That's why they are in Ivy League, right? And they think they are doing right, and they are thinking they are doing a great job. And most Asians are thinking that they need to work more, they need to study harder. Some are okay, but they usually think what they need to do more. Okay, because Asian parents don't compliment and don't encourage their kids as much as Caucasians do. And most Asian parents are, telling their kids that they need to do something more until they reach the top class, whatever it is, playing piano, drawing pictures, studying, especially studying, or something like that. So they are very they don't encourage or compliment their kids much. So the professor asked, the Caucasian students, their grades, GPAs. So 3 or 3.2 or something like that, And he asked female students, her grade. And she said she has to tell that one. And then professor said it's okay, just to tell. And she is very close to almost perfect, like a 3.9 out of 4. And she's gonna graduate in 2.5 years. Because she studied hard. She's smart enough. She has got great, GPAs and grades. As soon as she said that, she was humble, do I have to tell that? The Caucasian goes up, okay, I'm doing good, I'm studying hard and I'm just working great. And her grades is 3.2 something, but the Asian student's grade is, she's graduating only in 2.5 years. Well, I think, in some ways, in general, I think the Caucasians' attitude to, evaluating themselves is good. It's okay. It's okay. They have confidence. Even though they are not that great, but they have confidence. It's okay. But some Asian people, in general, actually, most Asian people don't think they are great. They don't say they are great. I'm great. They usually don't say that. It's pretty rare if you see that they are great. I'm great. Asians don't say that much. It's pretty rare. But most Caucasians are saying, I'm great, I'm okay, I'm powerful, or something. Even though they are not. Okay? But psychology-wise, I think the Caucasians' attitudes is a little bit better because they don't get, depressed too much because they think they're okay. All right, I'm okay. Let's go. The Asians think, all right, I need to do more. Okay. Koreans are dying, taking their lives. 39 people a day. They are killing themselves. 39. So racial-wise, population to the suicidal people cases. That's the top one. That's number one in OECD countries. Why? How you think about yourself is pretty important. I'm feeling so sorry when people are thinking themselves as losers. Well, several or 10 years ago in Korea, people are thinking that they are losers if they are not 6 feet. The males. So if you are not 6 feet, I'm not 6 feet. 7 point something, but I just forgot. I need to change my driver license. I'm 5 feet something. I'm not 6 feet. Sorry about the 7 feet or something. I'm not tall enough. Well, this is what it is. This is I am. I'm not 6 feet tall, but most Koreans were thinking that If a male is not 6 feet tall or more, taller than 6 feet, they are losers. Why? Why? Did they control their? Can you control your heights? You can control your weight if you want, but can you control your height? No. You just born like that. That's genetical. Who can say if you are not 6 feet or taller, you're a loser. You're losers. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But lots of people just make fun of those shorter people than 6 feet. I'm a loser in Korea. Is it right? No. That is ridiculously wrong. I don't know what kind of people are those. I mean, Korea is great country, and it's kind of very powerful country in this world. Economy-wise, the Korea is ranking 12th, I think. Culture or something, 5th. I mean, the military power, 5th, I think. 5th, powerful country in this world. I can be wrong though, but very close. Well, but the thing is that how I think about myself is pretty important. Lots of people are killing themselves because they think they are losers. They are useless. They are not worthy enough to live on. They think they are not smart enough. They think they are strong enough. So they take their lives. Number 2 is depression. Depression is huge. Lots of people are killing themselves because of the depression. I met a person several months ago, and I did, just exchange the emails, I think 40 times or 50 times. And I got a phone call from his neighbor, the next door neighbor, and she told me that he just took his life. It happened a few days ago. I didn't do anything yesterday. I just lied on the bed for many, many hours because I didn't want to do anything because of his death. I'm pretty sad for that. You know what? I haven't met him before. I never met him before. I never met him before. But I did talk with him on the phone, and we did communicate with emails. And he took his life. I don't know why. So I asked the neighbor, he got depression, and she said he got severe depression for many, many years. Lots of people are killing themselves because of the depression. Depression means, pressing down. I don't want to use these markers, but because, depression means it's pressing down. press this. So this person got depressed. D means down. Right? So when somebody presses your head down, I am depressed, right? But that's physically, that's physically happening. Someone is pressing my head down, so my body is getting depressed. But what if the bad feelings, like bad memories, are pressing me down, and my heart and my mind and my spirit is getting depressed? The bad memories, but good memories, but you can get it ever, and you know that. And people are just, yelling on you, mocking on you, and just scolding you or gossiping you. That is pressure. That is pressure. Those are pressuring you down, and you can get depressed. Well, if you are strong enough, you can resist, or you can just ignore it. You don't have to be depressed. But how many people have good enough power to do it? Can you make it? What if your parents are scolding you every single time? When you got C, your parents are telling you you're a loser, so you just studied hard and you got a B. And your parents must be happy, but they don't say they are happy enough, because if you do more, you study more, just put your energy on the studying more, and you're gonna get A. So eventually you got A, but they are saying you can get A plus if you just concentrate more. So you got A plus. And your parents are gonna be complimented and yell and happy. No, they're gonna say you have to keep A plus next time. So don't get your grade down to A 0 or A minus. If you have those kind of parents, you get depressed because you know that your parents are pressing you down, and then you get depressed. Once you get depressed, you have good enough power to, okay, I'm gonna get A plus, and I'm gonna just keep A plus. So you can make it. I can make it. Are you that strong enough? Got a news when I was in Korea ago. Actually, that is what happened in the United States. Those things are exactly happened to a girl, and when she got admission from Ivy Leagues. And she got admission from medical school because her parents pushed her to be a medical doctor in the United States. So she just studied hard, but her dream was different. But their parents ignored that, and they just pressed the girl to be a medical doctor no matter what. And she studied. She had to study. She had no time to do for her favorite things. So she studied hard, and as soon as she got the admission from the medical school from Ivy League, one of the Ivy League universities, and she just gave that admission to their parents, and she killed herself. See, I got what you want, and this is what I want. She killed herself. Because she had no dream. Her dream got broken by her parents. Depression. We know, people are pressing us down, and we have lots of pressures. And if you want to be a successful person, where you at, whether you are whether you are studying or working, or working in a company, or you are politicians, or you just compete with other athletics in soccer, in football, in basketball, baseball, whatever it is, you will get lots of pressures. Wherever you are, you will get lots of pressures, no matter what. Okay? If you are leaders, you have to take care of your people. If you are employer, you have to take care of your employees. If you are employees, you have to follow your employers, and managers, supervisors, CEOs, you need to follow their directions, and they're gonna press you. They're gonna press you so you can work. Do you think you can work without any pressure? No. People usually don't work if they don't have any pressure, which means stress. Well, people are thinking that Google employees don't have any stress. They do have. They have to make something up, or they're gonna just lay it off. Why? And which company can keep, non-productive employees at all? I would kick them out. If you make something good, and if you make like $100,000 productive, but you are getting paid $120,000, I fire you. I fire you. You are useless. You are making financial deficits. I pay you $120,000, but you are making $100,000. There is, minus $20,000. I have no reason to keep you, and I'm gonna fire you. It's exactly the same thing to all companies. So maybe you heard that Google employees are eating free food for any time, including 3 meals. They can, work on the sofa or bed or on the desk, or they can do whatever they want, but they have to be productive or they're gonna get fired. So we all have pressures, and how we can take care of the pressure. In certain areas, we have weak points. So when we got pressures, we can get depressed. You can press yourself too. Lots of Asians and lots of people are pressing themselves down. And if you can take care of it, you can resist it, you can overcome it, you can just, perform whatever you want to expect, then you're going to get depressed. And there are lots of people, who got depressed. I didn't know that until my, friend told me that the minor depressions, that can last longer. It can, break your lives little by little for a long time. And you're gonna get tired, and you're gonna get depressed. You're gonna just live like that for a long time. And you have no You have no idea what's going on, but you are not making anything good. You're slow. You don't work hard. You know many things, but you don't want to use it. You got depression. You have to check yourself. Depression is like a cold, common cold. It's not like a flu, but it's common cold. Lots of people have common cold a year, maybe 1 or 2 times a year. It's like a cold. You can't eat. You can't taste any food. You can't smell food or whatever, perfume, no. You wanna just get on the bed and sleep or just, with your blankets for a couple of weeks. I mean, usually 1 or 2 weeks. That is huge nowadays, depression. Psychotic inability to distinguish reality from fantasy, impaired reality testing. So psychotic means you don't know which is real, which is fantasy. A guy just killed his mother one day because he was playing the video game many hours a day. He didn't study at all, he didn't work at all, but he just got stuck in his room and he played video games. But the mother got annoyed with that because can you imagine your kids are stuck in their room and just playing video games whole day a day and night. They eat and poop and sleep and play games, no studying, no making money, no jobs. Can you imagine? It's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you actually. I can't imagine my kids can do it. When my kids do it, I'm gonna kick them out. Actually, thankfully they having their jobs and they are studying. I can't imagine my kids can do. I can't imagine why his mother just supported her son. She just supported her son, that's why he could play games. So she just paid for the Wi-Fi's and food and things he needs for playing the video games, the computer games for many years. He usually played kind of gun shooting, like, I don't know, League of Legends, shooting, killing, fighting or something. And one day, his mother just scolded him and just complained. She deserves to have it, right? She deserves to do it. But the son got mad and he killed his mother brutally. Later on, he confessed that he didn't know what he did. So he got confused. Maybe he was one of the character on his video games, and his character killed his mother because his mother just bothered the character in the video game. He got messed up, so he couldn't just understand what is real and what is fantasy. He killed his mother brutally, stabbed her many times. It's psychotic. They have schizophrenia. They usually have, that's also called psychotic too. A neurological, organic mental disorder, like a mental retardation, Alzheimer's. So you got hit, from your boxing games and from your American football or things, or playing soccer. You just, use your head a lot. I don't think that is a good idea to use your head for, banging on something. whether they balls or people or whatever, even though you are wearing the helmets, that is no good idea. I can't imagine how many football players have that kind of problems. Muhammad Ali got Alzheimer's, right? Because he got hit a lot. Even though he hit, his opponents more than he got actually, but he got Alzheimer's because of it. It makes a neurological problems, organic mental disorder, mental retardation. So they stay in, like a 5 or 4 years old mental power, and that's it. And their bodies can go, but their mental power is stuck there. It's kind of sad. My life is used to serve those kids in an organization. Sad. Assessment, how we can assess, assessment in counseling with others. What about the spiritual? Some people got spiritual problem too. They can get possessed by the demon. They can believe in something, something wrong. Well, all religious people are thinking, their gods are real gods. Anyways, some people are believing in ghosts. There are lots of ghosts in everywhere, shamanism. What about the psychological? Mental, emotional, social. So they can meet with others when they have grandiose problems, and they think that they're gonna be a president in the United States, but that they got mentally they got mental disorders. Well, all politicians want to be presidents one day, but they are not politicians, but they got those kind of problems, psychological, mental, emotional. They cry a lot on anything. They don't meet with others. They hurt others whenever they meet others, so they don't have any friends. What about medical? And combination of the above. So medically, you lose your, what if you got brain surgery and something got wrong, and you can get medical-wise mental disorders. Combination of the above, those that can be mixed with. So assessment is kind of crucial. If you don't know what's going on, you cannot help those people. If you know something, what's going on, and you know how to solve that problem. If you have no idea what's going on, the problems and issues, you can just help those people. So assessment is the most important. I a doctor I know, he's my friend's friends. And diagnosis is the most hardest one. Sometimes they don't know what's going on. Even, very clever and smart doctors, they don't know what's going on, their patients. So they just try this and that, and then they just try to know, little by little, but sometimes those are mixed, and sometimes those are very hard. Sometimes some are unknown disease, and they have no ideas. Because there are lots of chemicals and lots of ions and lots of things in our bodies. And actually all medical doctors know everything. They still studying. They can't find what's going on. Even we have a coronavirus and people don't know what's going on, and people trying to make medicines and vaccines, and those are not perfect enough. Who said those are perfect? Because they are new. Coronaviruses, those are new, right? Delta, Omicron, the original one. Those are new, and doctors are trying their best to find the reason, causes, and the medicines to cure something, but those are not guaranteed 100% of cureness. It's new. I got the booster shot, but people are kind of, the funny thing is that some people are thinking that vaccine is useless and they just refuse to get vaccine, but they want to just use all the facilities like markets and restaurants, cafes. They don't care. So because they are believing so. Because they are believing that. They don't know, I don't know. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. People are thinking that vaccines are useless. Well, the science and studies is proving enough that if you got vaccine, you have a less chance to get, coronavirus, and more chance to be cured. But they refuse it. And you got coronavirus and just, and contaminate others. They don't care. I hate them. I don't know why. People are so mystical. I don't know why. Okay. So distinguish between, for the assessment, you need to between content and process. Okay. So that means content means a laundry list of items or complaints. Process, the dynamics of the major issues, the source of the laundry list. So those are different. Need to focus on both, especially process. Do you understand what the difference is? Content means laundry list of items or complaints. Okay. Shirts, white dress shirts, dress pants with jackets and suits. Process means the dynamics of major issues. Okay, the source of the laundry list. How are you gonna clean it? Okay. All right. The phases of counseling. The beginning and middle and ending. Okay. The beginning, so joining, establishing rapport, and assessment. So there are 3 stages for counseling. Okay. So what's called the phases of counseling. In the beginning, you wanna just meet your client If you are clients, you want to meet your counselors. Establishing rapport means you want to build kind of a trust with your counselors or with your clients. That's what's so-called rapport. So we say, how are you? We just, have kind of written survey or examinations, so they want to understand what's going on. So they want to understand what they are doing. Okay? They have to understand that. If they don't know what's going on, how they can, teach, those people. How they can guide those people. Beginning, joining, establishing rapport, and assessment. Assessment means you want to know what's going on, really. Okay, clients and counselors, both parties want to know what's going on to their clients. I want to know what's going on in me, so I just want to talk with my counselor. If I'm not interested in what's going on in me, I have no reason to see the counselors at all. So assessment is for, the process that I want to know what's going on. Okay? And practice how you begin. Okay? Once you know what's going on in you, and once your counselor knows what's going on in you also, and then they can practice and they can see, the counselors have to explain how to help their clients. What's going to be the process look like? They want to just share that, and then next phase is the middle and changing and add and flow of process. So they want to just explain this and that, ask questions and answers, and they want to just work on it little by little, and they can change what they are doing and what they used to do. They can stop, or they can modify, or they can keep continuing what they have done, what they have been doing. So they have to keep what they have been doing, but they have to stop. They can change, they can modify or something. So those are happening. Those are what happening in the middle phase. So phase ending, the consolidating changes and blessing and termination. Okay, so that means that just evaluate what has been done during the counseling sessions or treatments for the last 5 or 10 sessions, and then they want to see what they have done, and they want to just evaluate what changes have been made. And then the counselors can bless their clients, that they could have been doing great, and then maybe the clients can say thank you to their counselors, and they can terminate. Terminate means ending the counseling sessions, counseling relationships, and that's it. That's the end of the counseling. After that, they don't meet at out of the office cell, and that's kind of ethics on counseling. So you don't just talk on the streets. You don't meet any other places beside the counseling office. Okay. And you just finish the counseling. That's the assessment. Those are phases of counseling: beginning and middle and ending. Okay. Assessment, the magic. These questions are magic in the sense that they provide a focus and perspective on almost any situation, enabling one to know at least something about how to deal with it. This is John Patton said, Pastoral Counseling and Ministry of the Church. So the educations are net. They provide a focus and perspective on almost any situation. Okay? Enabling one to know at least something about how to deal with it. So what kind of questions are missing? Question 1, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Focus communicates it's their responsibility. What are you looking for? What do you want to get? What are you looking for from this counseling? What are you looking for from this meeting? What are you looking for from this relationship? Perspective helps identify their needs. Okay, helps identify their needs. So, from this question, what are you looking for? They want to know that what their clients need, what their clients, hope, what they want. And then the counselors want to encourage the clients that they can work together. They have to work together with their counselors so they can find what's going on. Okay? What is the goal? The question 2 is a education also. Okay? Why now? Focus identifies the urgency. Is the emergency. Why you want to talk with me? Now. You could come earlier. You can come later on, but why now you come to see me? Okay? Things have changed. Perspective is a sense of hope, hopefulness, possibility. And things have changed and thus can change again. Okay? What they want, what kind of possibilities they can get, those what they are hoping for. Okay? And things have changed and thus can change again. That means you are peaceful, now you have anxiety on something and you have no peace. When you think your peaceful state changed to annoying condition or situations, you can change that. Or you can change to be more peaceful than before, and you can be more productive than before. Okay? So those are things you can do. So things have changed and thus can change again. There is a hope. There is a hope. There is possibility. There's possibility. Okay? So assessment, the education number 3 is that why me and this place. Focus acknowledges the importance of the relationship. Perspective identifies unrealistic expectations. Why me and this place? Why me and this place means what? Why did you choose me as your counselors? Why did you choose this counseling center? Okay? Why? Why this place? Acknowledge the importance of the relationship. So now we have a relationship as counselor and counselee. Okay? But we want to work together. there can be some unrealistic expectations, which means as soon as I see my counselor gonna answer me everything, so I'll be okay. No, doesn't work like that. I want to meet my counselor just once for all, and my problems will go away. No. Maybe that can be happened, but in general it doesn't happen like that. The short term, kind of a short counseling, kind of that's what so called the brief counseling. 5 or 10 times counselings. That's what's so called brief counseling. Short term. Okay? Short term counseling, like once a week, 5 weeks, or 10 weeks, 10 session, 60 minutes per session, and that's it. That's a brief counseling. Because it takes lots of time. You have mental disorders. You have kind of emotionally, kind of distorted. Your spiritual got distorted. Spirits got distorted, and that happens one day, maybe. But it's kind of like cold, so you will have to expose to cold weather, but your condition was not that good. Okay, your energy level is kind of low at the time, and the cold is gonna get onset. That is the onset time. There is onset time. Outside is cold, but you are warm inside, and your energy level is pretty high. You're not gonna get cold at all. Okay, but you need lots of things to get the cold onset. And your mental disorders and psychological problems and mental problems are same. If that happens in a second, that must be not mental disorder, but demon possession something. You got pretty severe depression, but you just get healed once. In a second, then that was not depression but demon possession. Because demon possessioning is happening right away and it can be healed right away. Because when demon just stays with you, you're gonna get problem. When the demon leaves you, and you'll be okay right away. Okay, if you believe demon possesses anyone, no. You can understand that, but the mental disorder or psychological problems takes time to get onset, and it takes time to be healed. Question 4: what hurts? What hurts? Focus the person's problem or concern. You want to focus on the person's concern, person's problem. Perspective, listening, stance. So what hurts? What is painful? What makes you painful? What makes you hard? What makes you get stressed? What makes you get burdened? What makes you can't have normal lives? So you want to focus on the problem. You want to focus on your client's concern. You want to know it. You want to know it. You want to know it. So the person's problem or concern, so for that you want to have the listening stance. You want to listen to your clients. And clients, you want to talk to your counselors as much as you can, so that your counselors can know what's going on you, and then they can try their best to help you. Even though they know what's going on, they maybe they don't try their best, you can be helped. But basically, you wanna do your best, and you can understand what's going on. So you wanna know, you can understand. You can just help people like that. Okay. So we just took care of some things, especially on the assessment on counseling with others. So those can be crucial for, and we did take care of the beginning and middle and ending the phases of counseling too. So, and magic questions, and those are pretty simple and pretty basic stuff, but those basic things are pretty important for the counseling. So that's all for today. We want to just take care of the how you begin may determine the outcome from next week. Okay, see you next week. 마쳤습니다.